When encountering luminaires that require 90°C wiring in units with existing 60°C wiring, it's essential to address the incompatibility to ensure safety and code compliance. Several manufacturers offer luminaires designed for low-temperature applications. Eaton's Cooper Lighting provides some models with low-temperature ballasts and light-emitting diode drivers. Hubbell Lighting has a limited range of low-temperature luminaires with various ballast options. Leviton features a small selection of 60°C ceiling fans and light switches. Progress Lighting offers low-temperature downlights, recessed lighting, and pendants. Geno Lighting features low-temperature recessed lighting and trap lighting. When considering these options, several factors come into play. Firstly, not all manufacturers offer a wide range of low-temperature fixtures. Secondly, availability may vary depending on the specific model and location. Thirdly, the cost of low-temperature fixtures can be higher compared to standard fixtures. Beyond sourcing specific fixtures, there are alternative solutions to consider. Rewiring the unit is the most effective, albeit the most expensive, solution. This ensures safe operation of the fixtures and aligns with modern wiring standards. Using 90°C fixtures with existing 60°C wiring is strongly discouraged. This mismatch can lead to overheating and potential safety hazards, posing a risk of fire or electrical failure. Installing heat shields or thermal insulation around the fixture can help reduce the temperature in its immediate vicinity. However, this approach may not be sufficient for all fixtures and should be carefully evaluated. The best course of action when facing this situation is to prioritize safety. If installing fixtures with a lower temperature rating than the existing wiring is necessary, rewiring the unit is highly recommended. This ensures compliance with electrical codes and minimizes the risk of electrical hazards. It is always advisable to consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide professional advice tailored to the specific circumstances and ensure that all work is performed in accordance with local and national electrical codes. When evaluating the existing wiring, consider its condition and age. Older wiring may have degraded insulation, making it more susceptible to overheating. Replacing outdated wiring with modern, high-temperature rated wiring is a proactive measure that enhances safety and supports the use of a wider range of luminaires. Furthermore, examine the circuit breaker or fuse protecting the circuit. Ensure that it is appropriately sized for the load imposed by the new fixtures and the existing electrical system. An undersized breaker can lead to nuisance tripping, while an oversized breaker can create a fire hazard. When selecting new luminaires, carefully review their specifications and certifications. Look for products that have been tested and listed by recognized testing laboratories, such as Underwriters Laboratories, Intertek, or Canadian Standards Association. These certifications indicate that the luminaires meet established safety standards. In addition to temperature ratings, consider the energy efficiency of the new luminaires. Light-emitting diode lighting offers significant energy savings compared to traditional incandescent or fluorescent lighting. Energy-efficient luminaires reduce electricity consumption and lower operating costs. Also, address any concerns about the aesthetics of the lighting. Choose luminaires that complement the design and decor of the apartment unit. Consider factors such as light output, color, temperature, and fixture style to create a cohesive and visually appealing lighting scheme. Before commencing any electrical work, obtain the necessary permits from the local building department. Permits ensure that the work is inspected and complies with applicable codes and regulations. Neglecting to obtain permits can result in fines and delays. Consider the long-term implications of the lighting upgrade. Properly installed and maintained lighting enhances the value and safety of the apartment unit. A well-lit space is more inviting and secure. Furthermore, energy-efficient lighting reduces operating costs and contributes to a more sustainable environment. Always prioritize safety when working with electricity. Turn off the power to the circuit before beginning any work. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and insulated gloves. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. The National Electrical Code (NEC) provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations. Familiarize yourself with the relevant sections of the NEC to ensure compliance. Some key sections include Article 210.19, which addresses branch circuit conductor sizing, Article 310.15, which covers conductor ampacity, and Article 400, which pertains to flexible cords and cables. Specifically, NEC Table 310.15b16 provides ampacity ratings for conductors based on their insulation temperature rating and ambient temperature. These ampacity ratings must be followed to prevent conductor overheating and potential fire hazards. In addition to conductor ampacity, consider voltage drop in the circuit. Excessive voltage drop can cause lights to dim and appliances to malfunction. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop to no more than 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To minimize voltage drop, use appropriately sized conductors and keep circuit lengths as short as possible. When installing recessed lighting, pay attention to clearance requirements. Recessed fixtures generate heat and require adequate ventilation to prevent overheating. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation and ensure that the fixture is not covered with insulation. When working with older wiring, exercise caution. Older wiring may have asbestos insulation, which is a health hazard if disturbed. If you suspect the presence of asbestos, consult with a qualified asbestos abatement contractor. When replacing receptacles or switches, use devices that are rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. Do not use undersized devices as they can overheat and fail. Also, ensure that all receptacles are properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, reducing the risk of electric shock. When installing new circuits, use ground fault circuit interrupter (GFCI) protection in areas where moisture is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCIs detect ground faults and quickly interrupt the circuit, preventing electric shock. Consider the use of arc fault circuit interrupter (FSI) protection for branch circuits supplying bedrooms and other living areas. FSIs detect arc faults, which are a common cause of electrical fires. They interrupt the circuit, preventing the arc fault from escalating into a fire. When installing lighting controls, such as dimmers or occupancy sensors, choose devices that are compatible with the luminaires. Some light-emitting diode fixtures are not compatible with all dimmers. Use a compatible dimmer to prevent flickering or premature failure of the light-emitting diode fixture. When making wire connections, use approved connectors. Wire nuts are commonly used for making connections in junction boxes. Ensure that the wire nuts are properly sized for the number and gauge of the wires being connected. Tighten the wire nuts securely to prevent loose connections, which can cause overheating and arcing. When running wires through walls or ceilings, use appropriate cable clamps or staples to secure the cables. This prevents the cables from rubbing against sharp edges or sagging, which can damage the insulation. When terminating wires at receptacles, switches, or lighting fixtures, use the proper terminals. Do not wrap wires around screw terminals, as this can create a loose connection. Use the push-in terminals or the side wiring terminals to ensure a secure connection. When working in damp or wet locations, use waterproof or weather-resistant boxes and fittings. This prevents moisture from entering the electrical system, which can cause corrosion and electrical faults. When installing outdoor lighting, use fixtures that are rated for outdoor use. These fixtures are designed to withstand the elements and provide reliable performance. When burying underground wiring, use direct burial cable that is rated for underground use. Bury the cable at the proper depth, as specified by the NEC. Protect the cable from damage by encasing it in conduit or using a warning tape above the cable. When working on electrical panels, exercise extreme caution. Electrical panels contain live parts that can cause serious injury or death. Only qualified electricians should work on electrical panels. When working on electrical equipment, follow lockout-tagout procedures to ensure that the power is turned off and cannot be accidentally turned on. Use a lockout device to secure the circuit breaker in the off position and attach a tag to the breaker indicating that the circuit is being worked on. Always test the circuit with a voltage tester before working on it to ensure that the power is off. Verify that the voltage tester is working properly by testing it on a known live circuit before and after testing the circuit being worked on. Be aware of the potential hazards of working with electricity and take appropriate precautions to protect yourself and others. Electricity can be dangerous if not handled properly. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician. Regular inspections of the electrical system can help identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Schedule periodic inspections by a qualified electrician to ensure that the electrical system is safe and in good working order. Keep electrical panels and equipment clean and free of debris. Dust and dirt can accumulate on electrical components and cause overheating. Periodically clean electrical equipment with a vacuum cleaner or a soft brush. Do not use water or other liquids to clean electrical equipment, as this can create a shock hazard. Replace any damaged or worn electrical components promptly. Damaged wires, cracked receptacles, or broken switches can create a safety hazard. Repair or replace these components as soon as possible. Be aware of the signs of electrical problems, such as flickering lights, burning odors, or sparking outlets. If you notice any of these signs, investigate the problem and take corrective action. Consult with a qualified electrician if you are unsure how to resolve the problem. Educate yourself and others about electrical safety. Learn about the potential hazards of electricity and how to prevent electrical accidents. Share this knowledge with family members, friends, and coworkers. By following these guidelines, you can ensure the safe and reliable operation of the electrical system. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility.